alternative ways to get food storage, or kind of some outside the box ideas for increasing your food storage. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. We're always talking about food storage, stockpiling food, stuff like that. It costs money. Yeah. Buying bulk rice, bulk beans, canned goods at the store, prepackaged meals, meaning like hunting or hiking, camping foods, those big freeze-dried buckets or cans of food for long-term food storage, all the things that we think about and we prepare. So what are some alternate ways to add to your food storage and save money? Money is always important. Budgeting your preps is important. So some of the ways, and these ways come down to you will need to can, dehydrate, freeze dry, pickle, something of the sort to preserve them for your food storage for longer term shelf life. But what you can do is you can go to local farms. You can go out to local farms. A lot of them, see what they do is when they get their produce, whatever it may be, to send to a store to sell. There's a lot of ones that just don't look right, don't look perfect, and they won't send those to the store because they want the nice, pretty, perfect fruit, vegetables, stuff like that. So you can get that stuff from them, sometimes free, sometimes a lot less expensive. You can save a lot of money like that. Another way is grocery stores. When grocery stores are, stuff has been, they rotate through their stuff, basically is what I'm getting at. And before, they're just going to get rid of it. So you can ask them, hey, do you have any, produce? Do you have any stuff that, you might have rotated through? It may be like a 50-pound bag of potatoes with, a couple potatoes in there that are bad. Well, the rest may be good. You may be able to get it for a discount price, depending on their ability and flexibility to work with you. There are other sources, like there has been, I don't know if it's still active, these USDA programs where they do these big drop-off things where farmers, they're paid by the government to come drop off big, huge pallet loads, semi-truck loads of like watermelon, cantaloupe, whatever it may be, cucumbers, zucchini, stuff like that. And then you can get some, and it's free. It was I think mostly set up to help disadvantaged families, poorer families with food, with sustenance and stuff like that. But if it's still active, I don't know. It may be one of those sources where you can go to get it. Especially, if you go at the end when all the people that need it have already gone through and there's some left over, maybe you could pick it up. And then, like I said, can, freeze dry, dehydrate, whatever. Canning, pickling, that's a really good option. Growing your own food is also obviously one. Talking with neighbors and people around you that garden. When you drive around, you can see who's gardening, who's not. And certain times of the year, like right now, here early September, and last month, you could have gone also. A lot of people, like me, have zucchini coming out their ears. And tomatoes, certain things, and say, hey, swing by, hey, I live down the street, I noticed you have a garden. I was wondering if you'd ever think about, selling some of it or something like that, or strike up a conversation with them. Build that community, for one thing. That's really important. Building that community, getting to know somebody, then you maybe get to know them. Why are they gardening? Maybe they're preparedness mindset. Maybe they're like homesteader type people, good people. Maybe they're bad people. Who knows? Same with local people in your area that raise chickens. A lot of people have extra eggs. So, they give them away to friends, whatever. Maybe they'll sell them. Think about things like that. Always be thinking outside the box. Then there's also things like hunting season comes along. Well, yeah, preserve some of the excess meat. Foraging, you can always go out and forage. Some of these, ways aren't as efficient as others, but it can be an effective tool in your toolbox, and it may give you more ability to add to your food storage. And along the way, gain some vital skills, build some community, stuff like that. Multitasking things. I love that. Multi-purpose things. Yeah, so when you go out here and, I forage out in the woods. Blackberries, where I am. Blackberries grow like crazy. So make some jams, some jellies, can them. Yeah, blackberries don't do so well, like dehydrating, freeze drying, stuff like that. You just end up with like a little tiny bit of something with some seeds in it. So they're not optimal for that. But there's blueberries, huckleberries. I'm looking at some right here, some red huckleberries that are still white. They'll turn, that orangish, pinkish, reddish color here soon. So those will be good to eat. I got black huckleberries over there. Yeah, there's a lot of options for some people. It depends on your area. But think outside the box. Think about different ways to get food and add to your food storage. Save money, build community, increase your skill sets along the way. Just an idea. Food storage is very important. We need to have as much food storage now as we possibly can because it'll allow us to sustain ourselves and our families in a bad event, an SHTF event. With the ability to replenish it, that's always good. I always talk about that. I always advocate having a garden, raising your own animals, doing the hunting, fishing thing, foraging. Yeah, we should all be doing that as much as possible. Because do we need the meat or do we need the extra stuff? Well, maybe not necessarily, but you can add it to your preps. That's always a good thing. And the skills that you gain and the experience you gain along the way and the fact that you're making it fun. And the skill sets. Say you're big game hunting. Say you take a deer. What do you do with it? How do you gut it? How do you skin it? How do you process it? All those things. Vital skills for you to improve upon, or unless you're so used to it, teach others. Pass on to your children. Maybe have neighbors, friends, family, those new acquaintances you made that have the garden. Maybe they have the garden, but they don't know how to hunt. You can teach them to hunt, take them out, help them get some fresh meat, some good meat, and maybe they'll trade some produce with you. Bartering. Bartering is always a good way to do it. Try to make it equal, so you got an equal partnership. So nobody feels slighted, and you can build upon that and really build a strong relationship upon it. Very important. But anyway, okay, there are other ways out there too, probably, sure. That's a lot of things. When I'm sitting here filming a video, I don't always think about everything because my brain, talking to a camera, is like, yeah. And then after the video is over, I'll be like, oh, man, I should have said that. Or I forgot to say this. I get it. I'm not perfect. Neither are you, though. So, yeah, do the best you can. Stockpile lots of food. You're going to be very thankful that you did if you did it. Cool morning out. Got some hot cocoa. Yeah. We're getting on to winter, too. Start thinking about stuff like that. Start thinking about, I just planted actually a fall garden, so I'm not going to be putting up my garden anytime soon. Parts of it maybe, but that's another thing. I just did a video yesterday about talking about the fall garden. That's important. Always be growing what you can. Greenhouses. If you can get a greenhouse and grow through the winter, great. If you got to turn a portion of your garage into a grow area, go for it. Maybe it's a spare bathroom, spare bedroom. Maybe it's part of the kitchen. I don't know. Maybe in your living room even. Grow lights, set up, stuff like that. Yeah, and grow vegetables. It's important. As independent of the mainstream, on-demand supply chain as we can be, the better off we'll be. It's very fragile. Winter's coming, storms, icy roads, other stuff maybe, where maybe those trucks won't make it to the store. Shoot, we already can't get toilet paper in some stores around here again. Anyway, thank you guys very much for being here. I really appreciate you guys, really appreciate your support. We're fighting the good fight here, the algorithm, and that good old American censorship. that shouldn't exist. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. If you subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, share the videos, do the things. It's frustrating at times. It is. But I'm here for you guys, and I want to empower and uplift you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.